What's poppin', my J dolls? And I am back with another video. Before I get into this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because we on the road to 1,000. Let's get to 800 at least for now. Yeah, I'm in this bright ass green color because I just had to throw a shirt on. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't gonna cap to y'all. Like, I just made a video 20 minutes ago and I just changed my shirt. So pretty much, y'all, today I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of getting a puppy, because I noticed a lot of people really like my video of like my puppy haul and things like that. So I kind of want to talk about like the pros and cons of having a puppy. I'm going to first start with the pros. I didn't make a list, so this might be like all over the place. So I'll say the pros is, the biggest thing is like obviously having a companionship, like being able to come home to your puppy and like always someone to play with, always someone to like lay with and chill with, cuddle with. They're very sweet animals. Most puppies are very sweet. It's all about the way you train them. So if you're getting them as a puppy, you're gonna have a huge impact on how they act. Yes, they have their own temperament, but training is real. So I would say that's the #1 pro. Another pro I would say is, it's kind of hard because it's like the only pro is really having a companionship and really having someone that's gonna love you unconditionally, that's always gonna be happy to see you, that's gonna be a part of your life and a new addition to your family. So maybe I want to get into the real stuff, like to really consider, if you're thinking about getting a puppy, like really consider the time. I would say puppies take a lot of time. I got my puppy at, I think she was 4 months when I got her, so she was a little older puppy. Most puppies start coming home at 2 months, so usually you get them at 2 months, and a puppy at 2 months is a lot harder than a puppy at 4 months. And the reason why is a puppy at 2 months hasn't been crate trained, hasn't been potty pad trained, like it doesn't sleep as long, can't be in the kennel as long. Like, you have to do research before you get your dog, because pretty much your dog shouldn't be in the kennel for longer than the amount of months there are. So like if your puppy is like 2 months, you probably shouldn't have them in the kennel more than 3 hours consecutively, because they have to get out and go to the bathroom. That's the main part. I don't think it's more because it's like their cage, is more because they will have an accident. Another thing is they're going to be crate trained, so it's like they will have an accident in their crate because they don't know yet. Until they know that's their home, they're not going to have accidents in there anymore. When they know that's where they sleep every night, that's where they hang out when you're gone, they won't do it. But when you first get them, they will do it. Now with Chanel, that's my dog's name, Coco Chanel, she was 4 months. She was crate trained already because I rehomed her. So I pretty much kind of rescued her because she was in a weird situation, not like a terrible like shelter situation or nothing, but if you watch my previous video, you kind of understand. So pretty much she was already crate trained. The first night I had her, she was so exhausted because I took her so many places. Like, we had to go to PetSmart, we went to my job because they allow dogs, and she had a lot of interaction with people. She ran around, we played a lot that day. So when we got home, she was tired, so I put her in the kennel. I went to sleep, but I sleep right close to her. Her kennel is actually down here by my bed, and that makes her feel safe. She knows I'm there, she's not scared. So she literally went like and fell asleep. Like, I never had a puppy like that, like just KO, like no crying, just 2 little cries and went to sleep. Now when you get a 2-month puppy, like a puppy, they will cry all night long. Like, some puppies will cry until like for maybe like 3 hours straight, stopping and cry for another 3 hours straight. Like some puppies, you have to literally let them sleep with you the first night, because the crate training is very hard. Like, you have to like ignore them pretty much when they're crying. Like, you can't give in, because if you give in, they're never gonna get crate trained. Because Chanel still cries in her kennel when I'm leaving, or she know I'm in the house still. She don't do it when I'm gone. She do it if she know I'm still in the house, she can hear me. She's like, her cries are so ugly, and then she be hitting her cage and shit. So she be getting real mad, like, calm down, girl. So like, that's a big thing. That's the con, that you're gonna have to, if you get your puppy at a younger age, you're gonna have to crate train them. Like, if you're gonna get them from a breeder, when they first are born, which most time you're going to get them from the breeder at 2 months if you're buying from a breeder, because they will sell out of dogs, puppies pretty quickly. Number 2, I would say con is like potty training, like I talked to before, like at least being able to use the potty pad. Now the best way to potty train is by like keeping them in the kennel, where you can take them out like in the first thing in the morning, because dogs always have to pee and sometimes poop in the morning, especially puppies. So like if you just take them out outside right away in the morning, take them out like every couple hours if you have time for it. So it's very time consuming. If you work, it's good to like, you're gonna, even if you take them out, you need to have potty pads in your house, period, because they're gonna have accidents. They're gonna have accidents. So anyways, pretty much when you get a 2-month old puppy, you have to potty train them. Like you have to like train them how to use potty pads, and you have to actually train them on potty training. So pretty much right now with Chanel, she is 5 months now. I had her for a month, a little over a month now, and she was already kind of potty pad trained, but like I got more strict with her. Her old owner, first of all, I have a toy poodle. Poodles are very smart and they learn very quick, so that's why she learned a lot of stuff in just a month. But she already knew what potty pads were. I just had to keep reinforcing, nope, potty pad, nope, go potty. And I put her on the potty pad. Like, you have to associate the word. Like, I feel like I'm teaching y'all how to train. I can put that in the title too, but y'all gotta keep, I literally pick Chanel up, put her on the potty pad, go potty. She comes off the potty pad, pick her up, put her back on there, go potty. Like, if she just woke up, your puppy, you take them out, put her on the potty pad, and keep putting them. Every time they move off the potty bag, go potty, go potty. They're gonna eventually go pee. Trust me, trust me. So that's kind of how she associated. Sometimes in the morning now I'll just say go potty. She knows what it means. Like, she's so smart. She started with, because she was already potty pad trained, but she just was like missing all the time and making accidents at the other people's houses she was. So I give her 4 potty pads, 2 in the kitchen, which sounds weird, but like I'm always in the kitchen a lot because I'll be cooking, or like if I'm like leaning on the counter or something, and then 2 in the living room because I'm in the living room. If I'm not in the living room or the kitchen, I'm in the bedroom, right? So anyways, she's not allowed in my bedroom, she's not allowed in my bathroom. Bedroom only for sleeping, bathroom almost never, because she will try to pee on the carpet or something, or try to eat something. Usually she's trying to eat something. So anyways, y'all, so that's a con, because you're gonna have accidents. Excuse me, and that's not corona. Yeah, like she's gonna act, she or he, the puppy's gonna have accidents around your house. It's just gonna happen, especially at 2 months. It's gonna happen. If you got carpet, it's gonna really happen. So y'all just need to get some stain removals and stuff like that. And I have hardwood floors in the areas I allow her in, so it's easy to clean. Now she had a couple accidents, but a lot of time her accidents were close to her potty pad. She's just very smart. Another thing that puppies tend to do that's gonna be a con is they will rip up. When they're bored, they're gonna rip up shit. Like, first thing is gonna be potty pads, because they're single paper things that's on the floor. They can easily tear it up and shred it apart. I would highly recommend getting a potty pad holder. I went back and bought one, because if I go to work, she won't do that if she's not bored. Like, a dog is just not gonna do that if they're not bored. So a lot of attention and play is necessary. But if you have to work, like, you can't do that, obviously. So when I would go to work, she would rip it up. So I got her a potty pad holder, and now she does really good. She doesn't even attempt to rip it up. She doesn't miss anymore, because there's like a border around where she knows she has to go in. She doesn't move her potty pads around, because before she would move them and drag them places, like weird. But yeah, so that's another con. I think the biggest con is the crying. The crying and losing sleep. You have to just realize, I always suggest to take a week off if you're getting a puppy, because even when I got Chanel and she was 4 months, I took a week off of work. Now, it wasn't for Chanel, it was for Thanksgiving, and then I just happened to get Chanel that week, of the day before Thanksgiving or whatnot, and I spent the whole week with her and just get her comfortable with you and stuff. Like, sometimes it gets scary for them though, because you spend the whole week and then you gotta go to work. But that's another thing I want to talk about in this video. I do believe, because I always kept researching before I got a puppy, can you work full-time and have a puppy? Like, is it possible? Because everyone's always like, oh, you can't have them in the kennel for this long, you can't do this, they need this much attention, they need this, and it's just so many rules that these people be coming up with. Now, I will say, like, it's possible I would say it's possible and then it's impossible. Let's talk about it. So it's possible if you get an older puppy or older dog. So like I said, and a smart one at that. You have to know their temperament. So my dog is a poodle and she is now 5 months, right? So she does well alone. Like she will bite on some things and stuff, but she hasn't done anything too bad. She's very smart, she's well behaved for the most part. She gets hyper, obviously all puppies get hyper. So anyways, with her, what happened was I don't even put her in the kennel no more. When I go to work, she's out and about in the kitchen and the living room. I suggest, like, if you are going to be working like heck up full time, like you working 8-9 hour shifts a day, I would suggest, if you're getting a puppy, you need to have some space for the puppy to move around. Like you can't have it in a kennel. It's just hard for the puppy because they're gonna end up having to pee or poop in there because they're gonna just can't be able to hold it, and that's not good because that's where they stay, you know, that's their home. Or they're gonna get depressed because they're caged up and they might have toys in there, but they don't have enough room to run. Like puppies get the zoomies a lot, so they need to run back and forth, get their energy out. They might even get obese or something because they can't move. And then having their food and water and their kennel and then letting them poop and pee in there, that's too much for a puppy. Like you can't do all that unless you're gonna come home. Now there's a few options. If you want to keep them in the kennel and you work full time, then you might be like, you work close to your home, then yes, come home on break, you can take them out to the bathroom for a walk, you know, they can come out, eat and drink on your break, and then you can put them back in the kennel. Now that's not an option for me because I don't live close to my job. I have an hour break, but by the time I get home and go back, it's just, I'm running late. So pretty much Chanel, she would swindle her way out, and she never stayed in the kennel when I was at work. Actually, she never stayed in the kennel for a full work shift ever. So now she just roams free. She has the living room, she has the kitchen, it has hardwood floors. So I trust if she peed or pooped on the wrong spot, I can clean it up easily. She's been on the couch several times. She's pretty good with the couch. She has been the bottom of the couch, but that's the worst she's done. And she bit a like corner of my wall, but she hasn't like really tore a hole in my cushion or something. Like she hasn't done anything weird. But that is a con, is also that puppies do get very hyper, and if you don't have time for them, they will find ways to make themselves entertained. They will rip things up, they will bite stuff, they will eat stuff. So make sure your floors are always clean because puppies will swallow and eat about anything. Like Chanel yesterday licked my hot sauce bottle. Like, girl, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Like, are you hungry? Because, girl, why are you looking hot sauce? So they will eat anything. She chews some plastic stuff my cousin dropped on the floor. Like, they will eat anything. So make sure your floors are clean. Obviously, you're keeping them home. You can even buy a camera if you need to watch them if you're afraid of like them hurting themselves. Obviously, take out anything in your living room that is going to cause them to hurt themselves, or like that they can get a hold of. Like my trees, I have my fake trees right here beside me because I usually have them right beside my TV, but Chanel would chew on the trees and she will eat them. Like, she's just not chewing on them for fun. She will swallow it because I found it in her poop one day. So I was like, you know what, let me take these out, because at first she wasn't minding them. She didn't care about the trees, and then she started exploring. So I would say those are the cons. Like, but those cons could be easily dealt with, like obviously through training, giving your puppy enough attention, taking things that they shouldn't have around them away. Yeah, overall I really think puppies are like a really great, like for me it's been a really great addition to my family, which I'm just a single dog mom, I guess. But like, seriously, Chanel's the best, and I think it's just the type of dog I got, because if I got another type of dog I probably wouldn't even feel this way. But you need to find a dog that has a great temperament, which is kind of hard with a puppy because you don't really know how their temperament is. That's why I almost suggest going with the older puppy, like not 2 months, but one that's like 4 months or older, because then they kind of tell you like, well her old owner told me she was super hyper, she was crazy. Which Chanel does get hyper and crazy. Usually she does that when she's either been caged for a very long time, or if she's a bunch of new people over, people she doesn't see a lot, she's just happy, she's hyper. But when it's just me and her, she's used to me. She's used to being out of her kennel. She's used to roaming. She doesn't get as crazy. She'll have like little zoomies through the day or something, which is normal for puppies. They're gonna have some hyperness. But if you do keep your dog caged for a very long time, like for your whole day, like her old owner was only spending 10 minutes a day with her, of course she's gonna go nuts. So when I met Chanel, I was like, do I want to take her home? I don't know about this. Because she was running like a mad woman in that dirt and the mud. I was like, girl, is you okay? But then when I realized her circumstances, I was like, I'm gonna obviously buy her, bring her home. So yes, y'all, if you have any questions, leave your questions and comments below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. We are on the road, like I told you before, Rihanna. We on the road to 1,000. Don't play with me. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.